The NFL regular season is wrapping up, but there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. The app is so easy to use, and there are so many different ways to bet, like live same-game parlays. Find bets in the new Explore tab. Make a parlay in the Parlay Hub, the best way to find popular parlays, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/247 and make your first bet a layup. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be 21 plus and present in Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, permitted parishes only, Massachusetts, Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, or Wyoming. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777, or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700, or visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas, 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia, or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York, or visit oasas.ny.gov/gambling. Standard text messaging rates apply. Sports betting is void in Georgia, Hawaii, Utah, and other states where prohibited.
The following is a GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street production. You've discovered your link to GoPowerCat.com's PowerCat Overtime podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor, and it starts right now. Now, let's go to the WTC Gig-Powered Studios. Here's your host, GoPowerCat.com publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
It's Friday. Actually, I'm happy. It's been a beautiful week. Unless something happened during the week that I didn't know about on Tuesday when we taped this. It's been a beautiful week in the MHK. I got a tattoo.
What?
That's a lie. I didn't get a tattoo. I just thought I'd say something fun.
Unless K-State went to Stillwater and got run out the building.
This is the PowerCat Overtime podcast. We do it every Friday, and there's no logical reason for this podcast other than you enjoy asking us stupid stuff. We enjoy answering it. We've put it into its own podcast. Maybe we'll cover some sports. Maybe not. Maybe I'll put in lots of fun stuff. Maybe not. That's just what this podcast is.
It's true.
Last week, I got off to a roaring start, putting in great sound during the podcast, and I got halfway into it and I realized I'm bored.
I'm bored.
Let's move it on down the road. I do put more in at the start than towards the end anyhow. I think it's the nuance of the podcast. We get a little head of steam, and about halfway into it, everyone's like, is this podcast over yet? But it'll never finish if I don't finish talking. We're sponsored by The Fridge. It's a swell place. It's where happy people go to get happy beer and liquor and other party essentials in the happiest place on earth, Manhattan, Kansas. Be happy, get happy, do happy at The Fridge.
First question.
There we go.
This is from On Your Mark, Set, Spin. What question did you ask that ticked off Bill Snyder the most?
What is the average annual rainfall in Bora Bora?
Fitz probably has better answers than that. I don't think you ever maybe ticked him off in the early days.
I kind of learned how to not, ask him a hard question without.
I asked him once. I don't think he was really ticked about it. It was when the Baylor stuff was happening. with all the sexual assault stuff. And this was like my second year doing this. I started off by saying, I don't mean to beat a dead horse with the Baylor situation, and he cut me off and he said, then don't. And then I just kind of had to muster through. I think I had a good question. I don't remember what it was about, but I think I got a good answer out of him. But then last year, 2018 last year, not 2019 last year, obviously, because he wasn't the coach. It was the Texas game where he didn't play Skyler in the first half. He played Alex, and then Skyler came back and almost won the game. And I said, do you regret not playing Skyler earlier? And he says, no. And that was it. And he did not seem very pleased. And now that video is used by my friends all the time at me a lot.
Like it. I don't remember really making him mad. I remember being around when he was mad.
See, I don't ask questions in the back because it's ridiculous.
You wouldn't ask questions if you sat in the front.
You make a good point, but
you should then answer in Tyler Dreiling's place.
Coach, timeouts. Why'd you use them all? No, the maddest I remember, Coach, was that CBS radio reporter after the Pat Roberts thing came in. It was after the game, and it was like the last question, and he asked the question. It was just weird.
Yeah, he was mad.
What was it? It was just about the endorsing of him?
It was just kind of pressing questions that it really wasn't a great time to ask.
Nope. And that really, with Coach Steiner, it was about when and how you ask things. If I really had something pressing I needed to ask him, I did not do it in front of cameras. That was the nuance you had to understand with Coach Snyder. If you got him aside and said, Coach, he'd kind of give you an answer and appreciate the fact that you didn't ask him in a way that it would be on video all over the country.
Like the ring thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he was mad about that. Yeah, but I didn't. Can you imagine how mad he'd been if I'd done it in open press conference?
Very.
I asked him about withholding bowl rings, and honestly, people, he lied to me. I mean,
yeah,
he lied about their policies and how they've handled it. But I got him, and he was mad. But I think he was mad because the only answer he could give was damning or a lie. Those were his two choices. So
we were good about not pissing him off. We never got yelled at.
Yeah, but it goes back to us having a long relationship. It was kind of, we got along well.
From Ema Wildcat 82, during my tenure as a carrier for the Salina Journal, I delivered approximately 112,000 editions at $2.83 per month. How many papers did Fitz deliver?
I just want to know how he came up to 182,000.
112,000.
112,000, sorry.
Probably the number of days he did it and how many he did.
Okay, fair enough.
Is he saying that he made $2.83 per month, or is that how many?
Yes, I think he's just noting the fact that he delivered over 100,000 papers and did not make very much money. I think that's what he's getting at.
I think he got paid $2.83 a month per subscription.
That's what I would guess.
Which is awful. I mean, that's like less than a dime a day.
Oof.
No wonder they're having problems getting people to deliver the paper. I never delivered the paper.
So it's zero?
Yeah, I didn't. I worked in the newsroom. I didn't do anything with delivery. I delivered the news.
You did DiGiorno?
Yeah, exactly.
I've never Did you ever have a paper route, Zach?
A what?
A paper route?
No.
I know.
No.
Did you said that like you did?
No, my friend had one, and one time I went with him to do it. That was it.
That was a good story.
Yeah, screw you.
Yeah. It's a stereotypical, I'm in middle school, it's a job.
Yeah, so I just didn't know if you ever had a paper route.
Was that the Beloit paper?
Yeah, the Beloit Call. The Beloit Daily Call that
runs
an
afternoon paper.
That runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right, but an afternoon paper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a morning paper is a whole different beast.
Oh, yeah. That's
up really early. People expect it on their doorstep before 6 or earlier. Yeah. No, I never did that. I worked at the Salina Journal from May of 88 until 93.
Oh, there you go.
From I Like Pickles Cat,
95.
Would you rather be Frankie Jonas, Cooper Manning, or Jane Baldwin?
Who's Jane Baldwin? I don't know that. at
Who
all.
are these people? Who's he in?
Frankie Jonas is one of the Jonas Brothers,
Okay.
but he's not he's the young one that was not in the band. They did not let him be in the band. Cooper Manning, I
Okay,
assume,
got it. Yeah,
is
yeah. Okay, now I know where the question's going. Who was the last one?
Jane Baldwin.
I don't know who that is.
Is it a Baldwin brother?
Let me look.
Is it Jane?
That's what it says. Jane here.
This says Jane Baldwin is a film producer, and it's a woman.
Is it the Baldwin brothers' sister?
That's what I.
Who are the
figured.
Baldwin brothers?
Adam Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin?
Alec
Oh,
Baldwin.
okay. Oh, I didn't know yet. Okay.
There's a
There's
bunch,
of them.
Learned something new today.
Billy Baldwin? I don't know.
This is interesting.
Is Cooper Manning a brother, or is he the son of Peyton?
He is the brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cooper, all right, I would rather be Cooper Manning, because isn't Cooper Manning kind of rich right now? Like, I thought I saw that somewhere. I'm pretty sure Cooper Manning's doing well for himself. Number two, there's talk, if you go watch the Book of Manning, which is the 30 for 30 on the Manning family, there was chatter that Cooper Manning was potentially the most talented Manning brother of all three of them. But he didn't play because he had a disease that kept him out of football that he found out in like high school, like his sophomore, junior year, something like that.
Wow.
Up for debate, obviously.
Okay, I'm just going to push back on the premise of the question. Just because those other people are famous and successful doesn't mean they're happy and living full lives. Maybe all three of the people listed there are happier than their famous siblings.
Could be.
I mean, there's nothing. I'm fine with if my siblings are really successful and I'm not. I'm not jealous of them. I'm not unhappy.
Okay. Would you rather be siblings with a famous musician, a famous sports person, or a famous athlete?
There we go.
Or an actor?
That's a better way to ask it. I would
Okay.
probably pick musician because, I mean,
Musicians come and go.
But the Jonas Brothers are here forever. I'm picking Frankie Jonas.
Yeah, I mean, probably just it'd be cool with sports because you get to go to games, but I don't know.
I guess on the other side of the Cooper Manning answer I gave, a lot of people look at Cooper Manning, without knowing the story, people look at Cooper Manning as somehow you had two top NFL quarterbacks in your family and you were a bust. Like, that's how people look at Cooper Manning when they don't know the story. So, maybe Cooper Manning is not the best answer to give. But I don't want to be a Jonas brother that isn't in the band because, frankly, I didn't know he existed.
Why would I want to be Alec Baldwin's sister?
So I can hear a Trump impression all the time.
Well, I can assure you, I wouldn't want to be in a family of actors.
That's
Weird people. I know Stone Street. Weird. Really weird guy. No, seriously. The Baldwin family, well, golly, the Phoenix family. You can just go through.
Man, that's a tough question. I don't really have a good answer for it.
It's just, no. I'm not, no. I'd pick be the sibling of a musician.
Because if you're a musician and you're a part of a band, what if the band breaks up or, God forbid, one of them dies? Guess who's next in line? That's not going to happen if the quarterback of the Denver Broncos goes down.
Oh, that's true.
Or the actor, you're not going to cast, let's just cast the brother or the sister,
You make a good point.
Man, Leonard Skinner's plane crashes. The younger brother becomes lead singer. I see what you're getting at. I could have been a star.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. From Adam K63, if you see the Pac-12 alliance breaking up like it has been reported, do Arizona, Arizona State, and USC head over to the Big 12?
This is really intriguing. I didn't know you include this, and I brought this up as a
Yeah, I
topic
know.
today.
I
That's
know.
kind of weird. There is real controversy right now in the Pac-12. That conference is a mess. Their revenue is so much below everyone else. They're not even Power 5 at this point. They're somewhere in between. Larry Scott, the failed commissioner who had all these big dreams, takes a huge salary, has wildly expensive offices in downtown San Francisco. His contract's up in 2022, and they want to renegotiate it now. And honestly, USC wants him out. USC is, they're not the Texas, but they're the football Texas. UCLA's the basketball Texas. That makes sense. They've got
Yeah.
the two different parties here at work. And UCLA has a president who doesn't like athletics, so he's trying to de-emphasize athletics. The problem with the Pac-12 isn't just rights fees and when they play, the culture of athletics is collapsing in a lot of these institutions. Maybe they're right. Maybe the Stanfords and the Cals and the UCLAs and all these schools that are de-emphasizing sports in some ways, and the student body doesn't care anymore about sports. It's just their culture's moved in a different direction. Maybe that's fine, but I think USC is on the verge of going independent. Now, I don't think that'll work. I think they're going to run into some of the same problems that the whole conference has with game times and all that. But they'll be able to put their games whenever they want to. I'm not sure that'll work. One, if that happens, the conference is in big trouble. There's literally no one to replace USC. I mean, you can go get a Boise State or San Diego State, but it doesn't even come close. Then I think Arizona and Arizona State are in play.
We chortled in rapturous glee.
What conference for non-football would USC join?
I don't think they would.
You think they'd just say, we're going to play everybody?
I think USC is so full of itself.
I can't imagine the mess of trying to schedule all those sports.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
That would be a zoo.
Do you join the Mountain West?
But even USC Athletics would think they're above a non...
Oh, I get that.
Like, they would travel to the East Coast before they played in the Mountain West.
Join the Big 12?
I could see that possibility where USC would petition the Big 12 to join in all other sports. But the problem is the West Coast, you end up with other sports that we don't have in the Midwest. Does anyone in this conference have a polo team? Water polo team?
I don't believe so.
No. I feel very confident saying no.
If anybody, it's Texas.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love it if they could get USC out of the Pac-12 with Arizona State and tell West Virginia, we're sorry. This just didn't work out. It's not you, it's me. Let's move on.
How about USC just goes back to winning football games and maybe saves the Pac-12?
Well, their argument would be, in the current environment of the Pac-12, they can't recruit at the level to win the type of games they need to. But that doesn't make sense to me because they should be able to compete against Pac-12 teams that are in the same predicament.
Sean Snyder, head coach in waiting.
Ooh. I think there is a move there for the Big 12, but then again, we have to rely on the idea that the Big 12 will be proactive and not reactive.
Well, guess I'll give up forever. That's the spirit.
All this conference has ever done is react to things and not. It's like, oh, we don't want to damage them. Well, they would damage you in a heartbeat.
Right.
I don't know. I understand where everyone's going with this, and I just think there's avenues here where Arizona and Arizona State move the needle. You can then put them in a division with the Texas schools if you want to, and off you go.
Getting the crew together isn't as easy as it used to be. We get it. Life comes at you fast. But trust us, your pals are desperate for a good hang. And when they hear you stock the party with drinks from Drizzly, they'll be banging down your door. Let Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery, take care of the supplies. All you need is an excuse. It doesn't even have to be a good one. It's your dog's birthday. The loquats are finally ripe. Whatever. With Drizzly, you can compare prices on a massive selection of beer, wine, and spirits and get them delivered straight to your door. Which means you can entice the crew to leave their houses without ever leaving yours. Whatever the occasion, download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Diets and workouts, you've done the work, so why can't you get to your goal weight? That's because up to 70% of your weight is predetermined by your genetics. So while you've been told that it's all about your willpower, you're actually fighting your biology. Don't do it alone. Found's Doctor Design program uses medication as part of a treatment plan that targets your body's unique biological needs, so that your body works with you and not against you. Take the quiz at joinfound.com to see if Found's weight loss program is right for you.
From PowerCat Ryan, what 5 current football players would make up your starting 5? Score prediction if they played the men's team.
This is tough because I think You can't just go on athletes, right?
These are football players playing a basketball game.
For the clarification.
There's the clarification.
And I assume he does mean K-State football players. I don't think he means like, you can take Odell Beckham Jr. and put
Patrick
him on a basketball.
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is good at basketball. Brett Veach won't let him play.
Good.
You can't just go with athletes, right? Because you got to have somebody to bang around down low. You got to have somebody to post up on Mac. Although, you could put like Harry Trotter on Mac right now, and it would work. Jonathan Alexander has to be on this team, I think. I think dude's a freak athlete. And I think he could probably play any position on the floor.
Okay.
Do they have to be on the football team right now, or is within the last, I don't know?
It says current football
9
players.
games.
What?
John Holcomb.
Oh. Yeah, no, that doesn't count. He's not on the roster.
All right.
I would definitely, like I said, take Jonathan Alexander.
Malik Knowles.
Oh, crap. Devin Ankle was the one that had the good basketball career. That's not going to work. Malik Knowles, does he see? I don't think he seems like a basketball player.
I'm just going athleticism.
It's fair.
Boom Massey? Tall,
fast. Yeah, I'll put Boom down low. Take Mac on. As I'm scrolling through right here.
Who's the tallest player? Him.
No. What's the offensive lineman? Walk-on offensive lineman that's 6'9".
Is it Eichmann? No, he's not a walk-on. No.
Yeah,
Is he?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want to.
I don't think he's an athlete enough to be
trusting him. You gotta have a quarterback as your point guard, right? Like a Will Howard or Skylar Thompson, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I pictured Will Howard as Will Spradling just now.
I kind of feel like A.J. Parker might be a good point guard.
I would have said Justin Hughes before the knee thing because I know he's played ball at the Rec, and I know he's pretty good.
I feel bad because I don't know who were the hoopers. I mean, I bet you if you ask a football player, they could tick off 5 guys. That's my team.
Right. Yeah.
I am ill-equipped to answer this.
I'll put it this way. I feel very comfortable that if I found out players on this football team that have played the sport of basketball at somewhat of a competitive level, I could field a basketball team that would beat the current basketball team.
Does Rashad Washington still play football for K-State?
You answer that question.
Well, he plays basketball for them. From Adam K63, how wrong is it that the Tony's Pizza Event Center in Salina doesn't even serve Tony's Pizza in the concession stands?
What the hell, man?
How is this even possible?
It's fine.
No, it's not. It's not right.
Pizza. What pizza?
If you're going to put your name on it, put your product in it.
Agreed. And why would you not? What's a Tony's Pizza cost?
That sounded really dirty now you stop and think about it.
No offense.
None taken.
Yeah. I can buy 4 Tony's Pizzas for $10.
I apologize.
They're $2.50 for one pizza. You cut it up into 4 slices. So, I mean, a pretty big hunk of pizza. You could sell that at $3 and somebody would come buy 2 of them. You've made $6. You've made $12 on one pizza. That's a hell of a profit right there.
Okay.
And that's store prices.
Yeah.
If you went to the Sprint Center and the pizza they served was frozen aisle pizza, would you buy it?
No, but I'm not saying that at the Sprint Center I would pay for that. At the Salina, the Buy Center is what we're going to call it because it's the Buy Center.
It is.
Yes, you're not really getting state-of-the-art stuff at the Buy Center.
So it's named the Tony's Pizza Event Center, but you just want to call it the Buy Center anyway.
Well,
what's the point of this argument then?
That's not my decision.
God dang it, I want to call it the Chick-fil-A Center and we can all have chicken and watch mediocre events in Salina.
The point stands, if it wasn't named Tony's Pizza, if it was named anything else, you wouldn't eat Tony's Pizza.
But it is named Tony's Pizza. It should have Tony's.
It's not like the question is, should the Sprint Center sell Tony's Pizza in order to accommodate for cheaper people? No. The question is, should the Tony's Pizza Event Center sell Tony's Pizza?
And the answer is no, because you wouldn't buy it.
My problem with the Sprint Center is the same thing. I had a Sprint phone for years and got crappy service in their building. Shouldn't they have something in their building to make sure Sprint customers have good service in the building that carries its name?
I'm pretty sure they marketed that at the very beginning when they opened it.
You can't have a name brand product and not at least push your product, especially not in a place like Salina, Kansas. All due respect to Salina, I don't mind Salina, but let's not act like Salina is Kansas City and it's, the concession stands are what they are at the Sprint Center.
What? This is my hometown you're bagging on.
Yeah, people do it to me all the time. Let's deal with it.
It's the Kansas City of the Plains. It's the Chicago of the Central Kansas. It's
not the Cancun of the Midwest. That's an hour south.
The Maui of the Midwest. I know that. Yeah. My question is, do they have frozen pizza? Do they have any kind of pizza, or they just have the popcorn and hot dogs?
Oh, I'm sure they probably sell like Hunt Brothers pizza, which is no better.
I bet you they don't serve pizza at all.
I bet you it comes down to, we don't have the equipment to sell pizza.
It's exhausting. I gotta take an angry nap.
While we move on, I will look for a concession stand.
Okay.
List.
I'm sure they'll have that.
I think not.
You never know, man. You never know.
From Who for KSU, I'm coming to Manhattan this weekend for the game. What are your top restaurants in surrounding towns outside of Manhattan that we should possibly try? We've been to Nelson's Landing, but we haven't really ventured out to any other neighboring towns.
Why are you going to come to restaurants in Manhattan?
Yeah, number one, go to restaurants in Manhattan. Number two, I don't have a good answer for you. Like,
what? There's a Cracker Barrel in Junction City. Call it good, man.
That's what I'm like. There's a Cracker Barrel in Junction City. There's Nelson's Landing. And then, like, what's the Topeka? Like,
Brookville Hotel in Abilene. Martinelli's in Salina. Cozy Inn in Salina, because the one here's never open.
And the one here's a joke, but whatever. If you're coming to Manhattan, don't go outside of Manhattan to eat.
Yes, preach!
Stay in Manhattan, man.
Coaches in Junction City closed last year. Oh! That would have been
What
a
was
place.
that?
It was like a sports bar. They actually used to cater media meals in Bramlage.
Really?
For a time.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Coaches.
Oh, yeah.
It's closed, though. But
A place I've never been to that has been highly recommended is Willie's Hideout in St. George.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, actually.
From Fitz.
No, one of my teachers lives in St. George, or old teachers lives in St. George. Interesting.
Or you could try, hold on, I'm Googling here. Munson's Prime in Junction City.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
in
again,
the old Sirloin Stockade building.
I don't want to go to Junction City if I'm in Manhattan.
I think you're a coward.
I can list off 5 restaurants in Aggieville alone that I'd rather eat at before leaving the city.
I don't understand what you're after here. Why don't you come spend your money in Manhattan? If you want a place to randomly pick, hit Brookville in Abilene, not Brookville. Have some classic fried chicken on your way in. You got to get in a reservation. Do that, man. Stop at the Cozy Inn in Salina. Stop at the Scheme in Salina. What time's the game on Saturday?
3.
You may have to hit it on the way back. I don't know, man.
We don't know which way you're coming from.
I mean, go to Aggieville and spend it.
This is too much pressure.
Spend your money I don't know. Tanner's in the High-Low. Like, I don't know.
Wow, you're just randomly
crazy.
picking those out, huh? There's so many good places to eat in Manhattan. Come here. Spend your money here. Love us.
He's absolutely right.
Next question is
You, of course, are allowed to do whatever you want to do with your life because it's your life.
Whatever.
Next question is from Molex Cat. I don't know if we've said that on here
I don't
before.
think
but
so.
If not, welcome.
What's that?
Molex Cat?
Not mullets? I think mullets.
Molex.
Okay, I think mullets cat would be better, but go ahead.
Anyway, if it had to be one of winter, autumn, spring, or summer for the rest of time, which would you choose?
Spring. Spring. Birds are chirping, grass is turning green, flowers are popping, the squirrels are playing.
So Fitz is going from an angle of he's going to live his life outside. Interesting.
Well, no. But
you can't enjoy any of those things inside.
But I can go out. I can leave the door ajar and be inside.
It's fair.
Have fresh air in my house.
I can do that in autumn, too.
Well, you can, but
I'm
you
looking
got
at
leaves to clean up.
I'm looking at it from see, I live on a second-floor apartment. We don't get leaves.
They leave you alone?
I'm looking at it from the all-around experience, right? I don't want summer because...
You're welcome.
God, nobody wants that.
Not in Kansas, man.
Not in anywhere except for, like, Seattle, Washington.
It's a beautiful day out. What is it? It's 98 with 73% humidity. All human life has ceased in Kansas.
Summer is the worst. Winter, I like it, but I don't want it year-round. Because after about a month, it gets to be, like, honestly...
It's fun for a while.
Ugh.
It's like a relationship with a cold woman.
And here, our snow is nice for about 6 hours.
Right.
It's like, oh, there's snow. Oh, it's all black and
pretty it
gross.
is. Oh, now it's melting and refreezing.
But if I go with autumn,
we call it fall.
I know. Does that bother you too? I don't like the word autumn.
I prefer fall, but I was using autumn because he listed autumn.
That's fine.
If I go with that time of year, we'll call it that time of year.
That time of year.
Pecan.
It's starting to cool down a little bit. It's, you've been sweating for a while. It's cooling down a little bit, but it's not so cold that you have to bundle up every time you go out. You can grab a nice light jacket. You can maybe wear some long sleeves because those look nice at times. And you get football on the TV.
Football? Oh, that's a pretty good point.
What are you watching in the spring? The Masters. That's it.
Baseball.
Well, it sounds like you're a hater. Riley Gates hates golf. You heard it here first.
It's not true, but I would much rather watch football year-round than one golf tournament.
Riley Gates,
a 4-day period.
Hates the green jacket. Heard it here first.
A 4-day period or multiple weeks of football. Give me football. I'll take fall.
The PGA Championship is now in the spring.
Zach, is that you a spring guy?
Yeah. I hate allergies. The allergies is the worst part, but temperature-wise, everything's greening up. Spring is the best time of year. You can go out and golf. It's nice.
You can golf in autumn. Fall.
You can golf whenever you want.
Okay, so right now, as we tape this, it says it's 63 degrees in Manhattan, Kansas. Here's the problem with fall, is after summer, 63 will feel cold. Right now, 63 is glorious.
That's true.
70 is going to be awesome.
70's I'm going to sweat when it's 70 outside.
Man, I'm looking for this is going to be a great week. Or you just had a great week, depending on how you want to look at this. It's Friday to you. It's another day to us. This is time travel.
I'm so damn confused.
Nice.
I will time travel to spring whenever I go somewhere. There.
At least we're all in agreement that it's not summer. Summer would be my last pick. I would rather it be cold and snowy year-round than summer.
Okay.
I would rather it be summer than winter.
Okay.
Fitz?
I would rather it be spring than summer or winter.
Okay. Last question of the podcast, also from Molex Cat.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Would you take $10 million, but for the rest of your life, there's a snail that's trying to get you?
What?
And you can't ever be touched by the snail, otherwise you'll die. It's going for you at all times, but at the speed of a snail.
This is deep, man.
It's a no-brainer to me, right?
Are you allowed to kill the snail?
So he went on. No, you can't kill the snail. The snail's immortal.
Can you trap the snail?
He didn't specify that, I guess. I wouldn't want to touch the snail.
Yeah, you don't touch the snail. You have people for that.
Here's where I'm at
on it.
Here's where I'm at on it. Look, it's a snail. It's moving at the snail pace.
But it can sneak up in the middle of the
All you got to do is move. For example, the snail starts here. If I drove to Beloit, I'm good for 2 weeks. That snail's not touching me for 2 weeks, at least. But now imagine this. You have $10 million. Do you know what you could do with 10? You could live in Florida for 3 months.
Are you sure the snail didn't hitch a ride? Snails are hard. You don't know where the snail's at all times. Maybe the snail has attached itself to your vehicle, travels with you just when you think you're relaxed and you got $1 million to burn in Beloit. The snail gets you in the middle of the night with its little snail teeth. Snail have teeth.
It's $10 million.
Why do you think a snail couldn't get in your car and go someplace?
Because
they are escargot.
No! What?
Thank you. Thank you.
Because you can see the snail, man. Like, it can't jump. A snail can't suddenly jump. So if I look at it over here as I'm getting in my car, it's not like it can fly.
Zach's literally bad about that joke.
I mean, whatever.
He's literally bad.
I'm just not acknowledging it.
Yeah, I'd take the $10 million.
Yeah, take it.
With the snail terror that goes with it. But it's a great question.
Is this any snail or is this one specific snail? Because the worst nightmare, if somebody knows that you have to run from snails, you just get a whole bunch of snails.
I think it's one snail.
It's just one immortal devil snail.
It's Gary the snail.
Gary the snail.
What, like, I would spend that $10 million trying to capture it and take it somewhere that's never going to get back to me.
Frankly, get on a boat and it'll drown. Snails can't swim.
What do you think snails exist half the time? They're in water.
Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe
They're
like
on the bottom of your boat. That'd be perfect for the snail. They can crawl up in the middle of the night when you're in your bunk, having those great dreams. I'm at the ocean. I'm floating around. Snail attack.
How would a snail attack? Because it does.
Very
you said
slowly.
snail. You said snail teeth, but I don't think the snails have teeth.
They just leave. They slime you. They have poison snail slime. You wake up and you got snail slime under your nose and you die.
Interesting.
This is one of the greatest questions ever asked. Not on this podcast, ever.
It's true.
A killer snail. I feel like this would be a great movie.
No.
I think it would make a terrible movie. The only way it makes a great movie is if the snail can move at like human pace.
But really, the movie's about the man slowly losing his mind because he thinks a snail is out to kill him. Imagine having that as your reality, and it is your reality, and you have to tell people, I'm a little paranoid because a snail is out to get me.
I think people are losing their mind listening to this podcast.
People would lock you up and try to take your $10 million, which would be the better plan, is to have a friend with $10 million and a killer snail on his tail, and then you get him locked up, take his money, the snail, go get the other guy, you win.
Bang!
That's fair. There we go. That's it. Zach's leaving. Zach's still mad about the S-card joke.
Because I have no self-control and I hate myself.
Let's just end. Let's be done with this.
You've been listening to the PowerCat Overtime Podcast, presented by Fridge Wholesale Liquor. PowerCat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com and Spirit Street Publishing.
With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.